call. It is 4 o'clock. This meeting of the Eastham Board of Library Trustees will be video recorded and broadcast over local access channel 8 and through the town website at www.eastham-na.gov. The meeting is called to order at 4 o'clock. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of January 20th as distributed?
I make a motion that the minutes of January 20th, 2026 be approved.
Second.
Have a second, Mary and Robin. Any additional discussion? Mary?
No.
Robin?
No.
No, approved 4-0.
4-0, yes. And by the way, Sarah will not be joining us this morning due to family illness.
I hate to tell you this, Al, but it's afternoon now.
It's 4 o'clock. Yeah.
This afternoon, yeah, it's good that kind of day. So,
Just
public comment, I don't see anyone from the public here, so we'll move on. Jenny, did you have anything you wanted to share this morning?
No, I did have a question though.
Yes.
So I remember, I think a few months ago, we were talking about how next year seeing if there's anyone else that wanted to be an ambassador. And I would like to say that I think I would like to do it again next year.
Okay.
And then also, did you want me to see if anyone that's good, an incoming freshman would like to, or did you just mean anyone in the school?
It could actually be anyone.
Okay.
And in the past, it's always been a single person.
Mhm.
And this year there were 2 people who were interested and we were happy to have 2.
Mhm.
So if somebody else expresses an interest, I think I'm speaking for the board that we'd be happy to have 2 people
Mhm.
who were interested in serving that way together. You could collaborate and
Is your a contemporary not interested in continuing or?
Solana?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure if she's still, I can ask her though. And
Okay.
I know she's not gonna be here today.
okay, but you are interested in
Yeah.
continuing.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
that would be-
Great, actually.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Good.
Thank you.
That is good news. Okay, thank you. Well, someone's happy.
I hope.
Okay. Debbie, Friends of the Library?
I'm not sure that's happiness.
He's being held back,
Yes.
most like running.
Yes.
Repurposed book art, the reception was great, entries are terrific, I hope everybody has seen them. And have you gone through and looked at all the ones from Nauset,
For,
repurposed book art?
oh, I
All your-
have
all
seen
your
them,
bu-
yes.
Yeah, I mean, they're really amazing.
I
Yeah.
tried to get in for the
Um,
reception 3 times.
Thank you
and
to Julie, Henry, Colleen, Linda, Annie, and me for overseeing the refreshments, the cookie platters, and fresh fruit from Shaw's are, as always, are gone. As most of you know, the Eastham Garden Tour has ended its 10-year run. We are very grateful to the committee led by Coordinator Betsy Loomis for the thousands of hours of volunteers dedicated to it. Betsy told me the outstanding balance in the Cape Cod 5 Friends account has been divided between the Eastham Famous Flower Island group and the Town of Eastham Community Fund. There was $88 left after that, which we're going to put in Leah's account because on April 11th, she is going to have this really great program with the Terrapin involving Wellfleet Audubon, and also a naming contest is going to be involved. More details coming, but I told Betsy about that so that she could arrange, like if she wanted to have her grandkids come and stuff.
Mhm.
So we'll put out publicity, so hopefully everybody can come and have fun. We reserved the Turner Room for the annual meeting, which is Saturday, June 6th. Mary Backus is doing the refreshments again. The annual book sale is June 27 and 28. The Hands on the Arts Festival moved its event 1 week later this year, so we moved with them. We both agree, since COVID, we've both been the 3rd weekend, but we talked about it and really thought that, I mean, we sharing the foot traffic, the people coming to wanting to go to either going to Hands on the Arts and then going, oh, a book sale, or people coming to the book sale and going, oh, Hands on the Arts. So it works having us both be on the same weekend.
What weekend is that?
It's June 27 and 28. It's the last weekend in June.
Mhm.
That's better. It's sometimes too cold earlier.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
Even a week makes a difference.
You know, yeah, I mean, hopefully, because they used to be Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
And then after
Yeah.
COVID, they moved to the third weekend.
Right.
And now they're, you know, whatever, it'll work for both of us. And Windmill Weekend has chosen Eastham Rocks as its parade theme.
Brilliant.
We have quite a good idea for our entry, but it's a secret,
Uh-huh.
so don't want it to be public, don't want it out there. But I think it's something we can really have a lot of fun with. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep, yeah.
Kristen.
Now,
Yeah.
how much money went to the community fund?
I believe that it was 20, I think, I might be wrong, I think it was it was 6,500, and I think it was 4,000 to the community fund and
That's correct.
2,500 to Effie.
That's correct.
Does that sound right?
That
Okay,
is correct.
thank you.
I'm sorry, 4,000 to community fund?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving along to the director's report, Melanie?
So we have some exciting service updates. We're going to be adding to the structure is called a phone booth. It looks just like a classic phone booth, but it's not equipped with a landline. It's got kind of a soundproofing and electrical hookup so that you can have like a private call or video call. We've found that that is a really high need, especially going into weekends in the summer as people are trying to kind of expand their vacations. So we're going to be putting those in across from the periodical area in that right now there's book art in there, but it will be open space after that in between the large print and the nonfiction. It's noise proofing to within the appropriate safety precautions. So should there be like a fire alarm, the people inside the booths will be able to hear that and evacuate as needed, but people won't be able to overhear conversations going on inside the booth. And we'll be managing that with our, we're going to be expanding our public calendar system so that people can reserve those spaces as well, just like they reserve the space in the small conference room. I'm going to request that that we pay for these through the LBIFE mission. It feels like an appropriate cost there. We do have available other funds if the board doesn't feel like that's the appropriate way to pay for these. But we have plenty of money available in the checking account and plenty of money within the remaining LBIFE mission fund to pay for that. So yeah, go ahead,
A
Al.
question, I think the idea is neat. Okay. Leave a couple of capes outside so that people can go in and put their shit on. Is there any air circulation in them? I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
that's a great question. There is ventilation. So it's not it's the same as the air in the building, but it allows for circulation between the space itself and the air of the rest of the building.
Yeah, good, because I just figured if someone went in and they went there for 20 minutes, it
Yeah,
gets
it would
stuffy.
get stuffy,
Yeah.
yes.
Help me understand, what made you think that this was, made you feel that this was a priority? For
It was something that I've been thinking about for a bit. Some of the other public libraries on the Cape have similar structures, the Dennis Public Library and the Osterville Public Library. And I've seen similar structures also in Cape Space, which is the area we go when we have like in-person clams meetings. And so just thinking over, thinking about our numbers the past summer, and how frequently the small conference room and Eastham room were occupied on like Fridays going into weekends over the summer. It was like an 80% occupancy rate for the availability that we had.
and they were using them for personal phone calls?
Yeah, like
Oh, so it was taking
yeah.
conference room space.
Yeah, and just, figuring it would be an easy way to expand the ability to meet that need. The study carrels upstairs are some of the most used space.
Yeah.
So this is kind of an extension of that. The way they'll be facing will be really nice for folks to still be able to kind of have a view, but also have the privacy of being able to speak out loud. And they are, while they're intended to be where they are, if we needed to move them in the future, they are able to be relocated. So it's kind of in our line with, flexible use of our open space
So do you have
upstairs.
people coming to you and complaining that people are talking on their phones? Does that happen a lot?
Occasionally, we get complaints when it's an extended phone call, and when people can't find a small meeting room, like they will, just kind of use an open space, to have calls like that. So it's not a major concern, but this felt like a really easy way to kind of help meet that need as we're seeing more and more people trying to expand their long weekends over the summer and taking vacations and things like that.
I think it's also people, because we have people that will, like, all of a sudden, they'll be over in the corner of the Turner room or over by the piano in the Turner room. They got their laptop and they're trying to do a business call. And sometimes they actually, we have people that come into the VIS room that are trying to make a call. Like there was a lady the other day, it was a medical call. And there was no other empty space in the library for her to take this call from her doctor was going to call her. She was here visiting. And it just, I think it just would be really,
So you think it's important to,
yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be well used. I really do, especially as Melanie said on Fridays and Mondays, because a lot of times those are days when people work remote. They're remote on Friday, then the weekend, and then they stay remote on Monday too, so they can.
in the summer, don't they just go outside?
Yes, I've been here as a greeter and they sit outside
Yeah,
all the
but that's
time.
during the weather is good,
Yeah,
when the weather's not good.
yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of times with them, they may sit outside. I mean, you see people, they're trying to balance their laptop
Yeah,
on their lap and make a call and talk to somebody on the phone
Yeah.
while they're sitting on a bench.
Yeah.
And so for, to have them be able to have, put it on the flat surface that's this counter that's inside the booth and you don't want to tie up the small conference room because
Right.
one person
right.
is trying to.
That's the thing that happens is, it's fair game, but when, a group of people wants to come in and have some kind of conversation or do a, small
Right.
meeting, and then we don't have any availability because we have two people, one person down here and one person upstairs. So this will provide us a little more flexibility.
Okay,
So they don't
No.
use their cars?
No.
I've seen people in their cars
Oh, yeah,
all the
but I mean,
time.
that's not conducive. If you got a laptop on your
Mm,
lap and you're
mhm.
trying to type stuff and have a phone in your ear while you're,
Mm.
it's really, that's worst case scenario.
Mm.
Being in your car,
Mhm.
having to do it.
Say someone's here doing research on something and they find it, in the library and then they wanted to check on it with someone else and they need to make a call, then they can say, I've got it here or whatever and do that, I guess. But how big are they? Can you give me, is it like the size of a phone booth?
Yes,
Which
I don't
Like,
remember the exact dimensions off the top of my head, but
has
it's.
no idea what a phone booth is.
What?
Do you know
Oh,
what a
gotcha.
phone booth is?
I do.
Just checking, Jen.
I think 84 inches tall and I think 40 inches wide. It's less than 5 feet by 5 feet, and
over 3 feet.
yeah.
How much do they cost?
I think we probably discussed it. Any more questions or
How
discussion
much
on
does
this?
it cost?
The total
Uh,
cost for both of
is
them
it on
is
here?
$14,930.
Okay,
So the proposed motion is to expend $14,930 from the Obithi mission to purchase 2 phone booths by room. Do I have a motion to that effect?
I move we spend $14,930 from the El Biffy mission to purchase 2 phone booths.
Do we have a second?
Sure, I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Any additional discussion or questions? Mary?
I think we have to say if it's coming from, we can't say the Albifi mission. I think we have to say that's from the trustee interest account, which is where the Albifi mission monies are.
Okay, so from the trustee
Trustee.
interest account using Albithi
Biffy fund.
funds? Yeah,
So you want me to redo it?
thank you.
Do you want me to rephrase my motion?
Albithi funds. Okay, well, you managed to get that?
I think I did.
Okay, so it's from the trustee interest account using Albithi funds
Yep.
to purchase.
Gotcha.
Okay, Mary?
No,
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
yes. Okay, so it's 3-1. Okay. Melanie, we're back to you.
Just a couple other updates. We had a public safety training on Friday, the 6th with Lieutenant Gus Schnitzer of the Eastham Police Department to go over some kind of basic public safety things and some best practices. Especially as an opportunity to go over some of these things with our newest staff members. For those that weren't able to make it, we're going to be sending out kind of a debrief of the highlights that Lieutenant Schnitzer communicated to us, and he's said that, he's always available for additional follow-up questions. I just wanted to also follow up on Debbie's mention of the Terrapin Day events that are happening on Saturday, April 11th. In addition to the program with the Terrapin sculpture and Mass Audubon and the official naming ceremony, Lee is also going to be doing, I'm not sure the exact details, but a tee off with some indoor mini golf program. So that's going to be fun, a fun addition as well. A big thank you to the art committee for their time and efforts in judging this year's repurposed book art submissions and awarding the prizes. This is my first year coordinating that, and everybody was really helpful in helping me kind of get everything together. So thank you all for your efforts there. And just a nod to the Friends, thank you always for sponsoring the reception and the prizes for this beloved annual event. Just a reminder that the Community Services Departments for the town of Eastham will be presenting to the Financial Committee next week, is that next week? Next week, the 26th, at their next meeting, for the FY 27 budget. Another update I just wanted to share to keep the board in the loop of, we are having some upcoming changes to CLAM's network leadership. Eileen Chandler, who is the current executive director of the CLAMS network, who's been with the network for going on 30 years, is going to be retiring in August. And the CLAMS board, which I'm still a member on as the past president, is going to be heavily involved in the search for that, for her replacement. So just wanting to let you know what's going on and those upcoming network changes. So we're really excited for Eileen, but this is obviously a huge change for us. So
Institutional memory going
yeah,
out the door.
yeah. So it's exciting, but also very daunting, as you can understand. But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, any questions or comments? Yeah, and we're moving along to old business. I'm not aware of any policies that need reviewing.
No, we didn't have any new
Okay.
policies.
And the prep for the staff appreciation, that's Robin and Sarah. Sarah sent me an email with some of the financial information. I don't know if you have that also,
Mhm,
Robin, or you want to report on that?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'll let you report them rather than
Okay,
just reading her email.
We've been meeting to discuss, and we've met with Melanie as well, the gift to the staff. And we were looking at did we talked about this already here? I can't remember. The vest, the Eastham Public Library vest, the vest. And then so they're gonna, or a $35 gift certificate if they don't want the vest. And then also we're talking to Lucky's about supplying food for the event, and we've come up with a budget for that, which would be around $965. So, that's a loose budget right now, I think, because Lucky's is away for a couple weeks and then they're coming back and they're gonna have a new menu, so we'll see what it looks like, but
Tomorrow's their last day for 3 weeks.
I know. So,
So my understanding is the $965 includes the food. Does that include the
Yes,
gift certificate
yes.
as well? Okay, so that's sort of all inclusive now.
right, that's all inclusive, I believe. That's
Um,
inclusive, yes.
Should we vote on that today to authorize the expenditure of funds, an amount up to?
Okay.
Or
I think we went a little bit up above
Yeah.
so that if it's
Yeah.
less, we have some leeway to some wiggle room. And Friends is gonna be supplying paper goods
Yeah, we'll do
and
the
drinks, so we don't
coffee,
have to
the
do that,
juices,
so it'll just be
that kind of thing. So
what
that
what
can
the
be,
staff orders from.
Well, let me ask for a motion to approve funding for up to $1,000. We'll just round it. And that doesn't mean we have to spend $1,000, but just so that you have the authorization to do it. So let me ask for a motion to expend up to $1,000 for the staff appreciation breakfast, lunch and brunch, what are we calling it?
Breakfast?
Breakfast,
Breakfast,
okay, so
yeah,
for the
breakfast.
staff appreciation, breakfast and gifts.
Am I allowed to
Motion?
make that motion? I move that we spend $1,000 to
To 1,000.
up to $1,000 for the staff appreciation event in April.
And the second, okay,
Second.
so that's Robin Willow. Okay, any further discussion, questions, Mary?
Exactly how many people are we talking about? Is that how you got the 960? Is it the number of people
Yeah.
times $35?
Yes, the $35 and then the number of people times, I think we did $25 for the breakfast. And then we added that all together. I have it in my notes exactly, but remember, Mary, I'm not the math person.
No, I know.
So that's how we figured it out, though. We gave like an average cost for a drink or a sandwich at Lucky's
Mhm.
per person. And we rounded that to about $25 per person and then $35 each for the gift certificate or the vest. And then that came to about $900.
Mhm. Okay.
And plus, I think we budgeted some for some shared, right, we were talking about bread, there was gonna be like.
Right, they're gonna do like a banana bread.
Yeah.
They're gonna do their banana bread and some breakfast muffins as well that morning.
Okay.
And
So
who's handling the book, book part, the book?
If the staff,
I
wants
don't
a
know
book.
that if they wanna, I
Oh,
don't.
the gift card?
The
The
gift
gift
card,
card, yeah. Who's handling that?
either myself or,
I'm sorry?
well, we were gonna talk to you about that.
Uh-uh.
Or maybe,
That's
cause you've
what-
been doing it, right?
Well, I didn't want people to think that I was doing it if I hadn't been
No,
asked
we,
to do it or
I think
somebody
Sarah and
else
I
was doing
haven't
it.
really
Yeah.
decided that yet, but we knew that we could come to ask you about how you were doing it.
Mhm.
Um. Work with that, but we do want to go through, the Brewster
Well,
bookstore.
I'm just saying that that's where I have gone in the past and they have been very, very,
Right.
very helpful and also given us a
Right,
reduced amount. So
right.
I just didn't know what I was supposed to be doing.
I can talk to you about it.
Okay. Because I don't
Or
want
I
to wait
can-
till the last minute.
I can.
Because I get them, I mean, I go there and I talk to them and tell them how many I want.
Mhm. I think that's what we don't know yet.
Yeah, right,
Yeah. So.
yeah.
Okay. So we have a motion on the floor to spend up to $1,000 for the staff appreciation breakfast and gifts. Mary,
From the trustee interest account?
the trustee interest account. From Mary's checkbook now.
Yeah. Be happy to pay for books anytime.
Your vote was
Yes.
yes,
Yes,
yes, Willow?
Yes.
Yes, 4-0.
Do you have a final count yet of who's doing books and who's doing?
Well, that's what I need to know.
yeah, that's what, I don't,
I will get that to you, Mary, I just wanna make sure I'm counting correctly, because
Yeah,
last
yeah,
year I
yeah,
miscounted.
Roughly, Mary, what kind of timeline do you need before you actually, if the event is in April? When would you want your information based on your experience of how much lead time you
As
need?
soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Okay, that's clear enough.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to the 10th anniversary committee update. You know, Robin and Debbie are at the meeting, as am I. The detailed notes from the meeting as to what's happening in each area and with the person who's the lead person in that area is all in the packet. So I don't need to expand on that. You've had an opportunity to see that and read it. I and members of the committee would be happy to answer questions or take suggestions if you have any.
I think we should have the redesign back any day now
Okay,
for the ornament. And in talking to Art and Karen about pianists, I think it will be Art and another person. It will be two, which I think would be plenty. I think three is probably too many.
you're saying they would be playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it may be, it's like, it may be Jim Brousseau, who was here on Saturday. I don't know. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
it's a year
Okay.
away, but they're on it. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. They're on it.
Yeah, and
as
what
far
we'll
as-
do is we'll include those comments when we get
Right.
the notes for the next meeting.
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing I should mention is we've been sort of winging when the next meeting would be. We've sort of been saying, well, let's wait until we do the presentation to the trustees and then we'll pick a date. We decided that it would be more efficient going forward because we always like to meet before the trustee meeting. Is that basically the meetings are typically going to be on the first Tuesday of the month at 2:00 p.m. So our next meeting is going to be on March 3rd
Yeah.
at 2 p.m.
I remind me. I
The
won't be
first
there.
Monday of the month,
First Tuesday
Tuesday.
of the month,
Tuesday of the month at what time?
2:00. What
I
were you
won't be
saying?
there. I won't be there.
Oh, okay. Let me just make a note, so. Well, when I send out the thing, you'll
Yeah, I'll
probably
remind
reply
you.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we feel, I think it's safe to say that we feel that things are moving along at a decent pace. At this point, as I think you can see in each area, people are making progress and then reporting on what they've done and the conversations they've had.
And Freya's definitely, she's been hard at work on
Okay.
on the logo.
And our plan is to continue to provide this kind of report on a monthly basis. Okay,
I have some questions
Yes.
on your worksheet here.
okay.
I'm looking at the 1, 2, 3, the fourth item down, timeline, Al. What is the timeline? My question is regarding food. How is that?
Basically, the group, Debbie is in charge. If you look, two spaces down, two
Yeah, I see
categories
that,
down.
yeah.
She has, Mary Backus holding a date.
Yeah, I see that.
And
yes.
the menu will be similar to the fall events, and between Mary and Debbie, they'll figure out by what date Mary is gonna need to know what needs to be prepared, so
Yeah,
we have,
but what's the timing of the event as far as the food, what food we need for the time that we're talking about having the?
Oh, you mean the actual
Oh.
day of?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I
I
don't
mean,
think we've gotten,
no, but
the
I think we're
specifics.
figuring that it's gonna need to be in the lobby because I think we're gonna get a lot of people to fill the meeting room. So there won't be any, like, it won't be like the Friends where we can have the food in the back. There just won't be room because between, I mean, everybody, I mean, you guys will have things to say and people to thank
Mhm.
and, all of that in addition to having the piano up there.
Mhm.
So that, so I mean, I guess we haven't really pinned
Okay,
down
okay.
exactly when, but I guess I'm thinking that probably after the music, that,
Mhm.
because it will be the afternoon, that people will just mingle and,
So you're thinking of having something like the food part maybe at 4 o'clock or 5, like in that time frame, or what?
we're not, I don't think we've gotten.
Oh, you haven't
that
done that.
is it.
Okay, I'm saying that,
Right.
that you really need to know what time
Right.
you're gonna do that in
Yeah.
order to know what type of food would be appropriate for that time
Yeah,
time
Right.
slot, so to speak.
I mean, I think it's kind of like when we had the tea, when we came back after COVID and in the reading garden, we had Mary do that
Yeah,
tea.
yeah.
Where we had a couple different kinds of like hibiscus tea and things like that. And it was like her couple different kinds of her scones
Mhm.
and things like that. I mean, I think of that as like afternoon kind of, it's not lunchtime food.
Mhm. Yeah, right, right.
It's something. And sweets, of course,
Mhm.
Mary.
yeah, I think some of the things that are gonna, precede that is right now, we just have the skeleton of a program.
Okay.
We don't have a definitive program. We have a generalized list of who we would be inviting, different categories, not specific individuals,
Mhm,
like town officials, any other possibly elected officials, donors, etc. I think as we zero in on that stuff, we'll have a better sense, put a program together, have a timeline. And we're still, what are we in there? February 26th, and we're talking February 27th, so
Yeah.
we're still a year
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
What we're trying to zero in on in terms of the timeline is you know, if we're securing music,
Mm.
how far before do we need to nail that down with the
Mhm.
people who will be providing it? We're providing food, how far
Mhm.
before do we need to make a commitment on that and get approvals? So that's the kinds of things, those are the kinds of
Mhm.
things that we'll be working on.
I had another question, because you were talking a minute ago about the Christmas thing.
The ornament? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, would something like that be something that would be able to be put on a shirt? On a, put an image on a shirt for sale?
Hmm,
I don't know. I'm just asking.
yeah,
Yeah, based on the sample you
Yeah.
showed us, I would say no to that particular image.
yeah.
Um,
It might be nice to wait and see what what her close to final
Yeah.
design is.
Yeah, and something like that
Yeah.
might be something that would
Yeah.
be good for merchandise. So.
Yeah, what we're looking at is, I know my preference, so I can't say I know what we're looking at. The committee hasn't discussed this. But my personal preference would be to have a more personalized design that has been designed for the event by Freya's. As opposed to, you know, the stock images we have of the old
Of the old
library, the
library,
new
yeah,
library. And I definitely don't think that the ornament lends itself.
Yeah,
to
that
it.
doesn't
Yeah,
really,
That
Yeah,
doesn't.
okay.
it's oval in shape.
Oh, okay.
Which they did, the first design was very nice, but we wanted some tweaking.
Yeah.
Move this to
Yeah.
make the siding look like it's real siding. It looked too solid. And we wanted it to look like it was shingles,
Mm.
clapboards, you know, vertical, horizontal siding kind of thing.
That's right.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, they, as Jim Russo said, they can do anything you want.
Mm,
And I noticed in the schoolhouse one, you could see when you looked at it, it looked like it was shingled,
mm.
which, you know, really it
Yeah,
had
nice.
texture to it.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
So I think they took all that too.
mhm,
Good.
mhm. And I have another question down on the fourth from the bottom, donor recognition, and you just mentioned it briefly, Al.
Yeah, that's,
No update, so.
yeah, Christine was unable to attend that
Oh,
particular
okay.
meeting, so we didn't really discuss it further. Other than we do have the constant contact, the list, the database that Mimi used.
Mhm,
And that has the donors and their emails. We're acknowledging that we know a good number of the emails might be out of date because the list is 10 years old.
mhm.
So between sending out an email type note, maybe early on, sort of like a save the date, and that way we'll see how many bounce back.
Mhm.
That'll give
Yeah,
us an
you
idea
don't get, yeah.
of how many people we're actually going to reach. And then we'll figure out from there what kind of community publicity we're going to do. What other people will be inviting in addition to,
Mhm.
you know, donor type people. And so those will all, at some point on the master timeline, for instance, under that, there are different things that need to be done. And so they will be, as we go through, we'll check those things off on the master
absolutely.
timeline so that they don't slip between the cracks
Okay.
and add new tasks as they evolve,
As needed.
as we become aware that we need to add a task or two or three to a category, we can add it.
Mhm.
In the
Okay.
meantime, where, you know, after each meeting, when these notes are done, you know, I go back through that timeline and check off everything we did in each category up to that so that we can make sure that we're doing all the things
Mhm.
I'm speaking to.
The other thing I just remembered, I have that booklet that we put together with the names of everybody and
Yeah.
and what they gave.
Mm.
Well, in between, you know, from this to this and this to this, with all their names in there, so that might be helpful, I don't know, depending.
Yeah, I wasn't anticipating that we would share that kind of information.
I'm
That
not
would
talking
have
about
to-
sharing the dollars,
okay.
I'm just talking about names, I'm just
Yeah.
talking about the names, to
Yeah,
make sure we don't miss anybody.
Yeah, we have documents that have the names, including that,
Okay,
including the booklet,
yeah.
the plaque in the hallway,
Mhm,
got all the
mhm.
names on that.
yeah,
So we, you know, we have that and,
Mhm.
it's possible we will miss some of the donors. I suspect there are going to be donors that their emails are no longer going to be valid.
Mm.
And we might not know
Mhm.
where they are. So we'll try to reach everyone we can. Best faith effort
Mhm.
is
Yeah, that's
what
all
I
you
call
can
it.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
all, that's what I'm
I
calling.
noticed when you sent me the copy of the list, there's a lot of people that have passed away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, between people who
10
move,
years.
Which is
people.
sort of
who
sad,
passed
isn't
away,
it?
it's definitely gonna cut the list down.
Yeah.
So we'll go from there. Anything else on this topic?
No.
Okay. We will move on to the bylaws update. This is one that I brought to the planning group when we were preparing the agenda. I'm just wondering, I don't know if this is necessary. But I'm wondering in the bylaws, uh, we had changed the fact that we're not going to be doing the financial statement at every meeting, that we're going to do it quarterly. And we've done that and needed to be updated. But there was another place in the bylaws where when it talks about what the agenda will contain,
I think there were two spots.
it says, yeah, it talks about there'll be a prepared agenda, and then it lists call to order, minutes, et cetera, and financial reports is listed in the prepared agenda. So since we're doing it quarterly, I'm thinking we might want to remove financial reports from that list. And if in fact we want to do it, that would have to be proposed at today's meeting, and then we could act on it at the next meeting. If it's felt by the trustees that we don't have to vote on that, we could just leave it the way it is, and it's taken care of later on where it says that it's a quarterly financial report.
Mm.
So for consistency and clarity, what's the thinking? Do we want to clean up and remove financial reports from what's included in the agenda? Or do we think that the fact that the financial report is being done quarterly is sufficient?
I don't have a copy of what you have. It wasn't in the packet.
Yeah, that's just my notes from when we were doing that.
So could
So
a,
here's the,
so could a copy of that be put in our
Yeah,
packet for
sure.
next,
Oh, yeah, sure.
next week, next month?
next month, sure.
That's what I would
And what we could
recommend.
do is, since is it the bylaws for this group? Or I think the bylaws for this group say that if you're gonna do a change in the bylaws, you have to present them to the meeting before. Or that's another group.
That's not this
It
group.
makes good sense to do that,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
change in the bylaws.
Right, right.
So what we'll do is I'll make sure I send this to Melanie. And I'm not gonna send the complete bylaws, I'll just
So
send
yeah, just the part
this
that's being
excerpt,
changed.
which covers this. So let me see, let me make a note here. Okay, so I think we can have the discussion then next month. I don't know that we need to have any further discussion.
I agree.
Okay. The moving to new business, the Wall of Honor nominations. Generally, I think more so, Robin, since you're still fairly new with us. The February is when we begin discussions. March is when we solicit nominations. April 1st, the nominations are due. And then at our trustee meeting on April 21st, that's when we'll be voting on them. And then during May, that's when the order is submitted for changing the plaque. And I'll confirm with Debbie that we're going to do the presentation in the past as we've done at the annual full meeting, which you said the date.
June
earlier.
6th. June
What's that?
6th.
June
June
6th.
6th, yeah.
Yeah.
That was on June 6th. And we would go from there. So basically what we need to do is just, I guess, confirm the fact that during March, we're going to reach out for nominations for the Wall of Honor.
Can I bring up that Dave Payer was the one who got left out last year
Yes.
because you decided to do it alphabetically?
Yes,
Right.
and what we did based on the procedure we had set up So Dave is carried over automatically.
Yeah.
And I know that a nomination will be submitted for him also to support that nomination. And, you know,
Do you want us to resubmit the one we gave you last year?
for Dave, I would say resubmit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, there may be another nomination or two in the wings that, you know, I've heard about or, you know, have talked about with individuals who ask me questions. So, but I think in the past, what we've done is we've put it on the, I think on Facebook, we put it in the on the
The website,
website.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
and posted it
Yeah.
in the library and
yeah,
down the hall.
posted
and
in the,
Did
yeah,
the post
I don't
office,
think we went so far as to put it in newspapers or anything. We
No.
no, but we did, I did put up, Corey came up with something that I then posted at the post office on our two
Okay,
bulletin boards.
okay.
Just,
So Debbie, could I ask, will you be sure, make sure that things get posted where?
Yeah.
And Melanie,
Yeah.
for the maybe talk and get something up on the website and just
Yeah.
get it out to, you know, the friends and stuff like that, okay? Any other discussion on the wall of honor? Okay. Next, Melanie, I'm gonna go back to you, the 6-month review of the FY 26 action plan.
Sure. I'm just gonna give an update on the things that are still ongoing, and for future updates, I'm gonna have a spreadsheet, kind of like the town has for their strategic plan, where they can say sort of ongoing and check it off as things are accomplished, just to make it a little more visually digestible. So under goal 1, we have 3 different actions there, and I can say we've successfully gone through all of those. I just want to address that we had said under goal 1, action item C, that we were going to be experimenting with doing more exercise classes on Saturday mornings with the COA, and ultimately we ended up trying Monday evenings instead. That was our FY 26 experiment with additional classes there. For goal 2, we have accomplished or are working on every action under there. The only thing that's really still ongoing is we're continuing to update the website to address some specialized areas within our community. And Willow, I would say you can probably be very generic about these updates. You don't have to be specific. Yeah,
Good.
okay, great. Great, perfect. For goal number 3, we have accomplished everything under there, except we haven't definitively decided between the trustees, item number C, between the trustees and the youth services department, how, if for sure we're gonna go forward with funding giveaway books as part of the summer reading participation prizes. But that was a discussion we had. For goal number 4, there's a couple of things that we're gonna be needing to push forward to FY 27, just as those come about. We've already accomplished or are continuing to accomplish item A, where staff support staff development as different opportunities arise. For items B and C, those both have to do with upcoming facilities updates, as are related to the roof repair, the final roof repair, and the floor refinishing repair that we will need to do. Those are going to end up being pushed off to FY 27. The roof repair is tied into some votes at town meeting. And we've decided we're not going to be repairing the floor until the roof is finally repaired. So that won't be in FY 26, it will be in FY 27.
So a question on that, Melanie. So at some point, are you going to prepare a list that sort of looks something like this, but for FY 27?
Yeah.
And then we'll
mhm.
review that
It's
next
gonna
meeting?
be,
or-
yeah, it's gonna be more of a spreadsheet, kind of almost like the building checklist, but for our action items, so that it'll just look a little more clean, because right now this is just the document as I presented it to you all the first time. So I will have it more structured, saying what has been accomplished, excuse me, and what has yet to be accomplished.
Okay, so we'll carry, for next month's agenda, we'll call it FY 27 action plan, proposed
Yeah,
FY 27. And I guess any other discussion or questions on the plan that's in, the action plan that's in front of you now beyond what Melanie has just described. And then next month, Melanie will have an updated,
Mhm.
which will carry over things that weren't completed in this one, plus possibly new things.
Mhm.
Mary?
Just a spelling under goal 4, item C, library leadership anticipates. You have anticipants.
Under which one?
At goal 4,
Go for-
item C, library leadership
Oh, thank you.
anticipates.
Thanks, Mary.
Okay, I see it. See, you pointed it out and I still couldn't see. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll bring this back then, as FY 27 next month.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a building review checklist.
This is mostly the same as what we revisited last month. We're still waiting on the final updates for what's going on with the final HVAC repairs. And yeah, I haven't heard anything else on the roof at this time. We're really waiting on the town meeting vote for that. Wasn't there another? Oh, the other element that was new was this, when we update the server for the surveillance cameras around the library, we're gonna be adding a new camera, in the corner where the terrapin sculpture is.
Okay,
Any questions about that?
questions?
Oh, actually, sorry, one more thing that's not up here. The EV stations have been newly installed, but they're not working yet, as far as I understand.
Right, that's so I noticed
Yeah.
the connector is still covered over
Yes.
and wrapped in plastic, but they're new modules.
The new devices are installed, yes. Sorry,
Okay.
Mary, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Just a couple things down, the third from the bottom, the parking lot loading zone, we decided we're not doing that.
Yes,
So I think that should be removed.
yes.
And I had a question on, the, the second from the top, the backflow, you have unknown status. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I'll reach out to facilities about that. I don't really know anything about the backflow testing. I know it happens annually, but the last time that I was made aware of it, the vendor reached out to me, as opposed to the other way around. So I'll reach out to facilities to get some more information about whether or not we've done that this year.
And the next, I have a question on the next, the fireplace inspection.
I haven't heard back from that vendor, so I'm gonna reach out to a different vendor.
Oh, did they do it before?
Yeah,
And they just didn't respond?
yeah, that happens sometimes with people, so I'll try them again and I'll try somebody else. They're not the only gig in town, as they say.
And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the sixth item down is the gutter cleaning. Yeah, gutter cleaning. Annual, but then you've got 11/1/25, which was obviously a while back. And at Chesney, I know they did the window washing,
Mhm.
but they didn't do the gutter cleaning. Is, when you have a date like for that one, like the 11/1/25 date, is that the date that you were hoping to have it done by, or?
I don't believe that I had Duchesne, yeah, sorry. I didn't have them come out this year because we had some folks who were doing work up on the roof and they were kind of cleaning as they were going. So I didn't I don't believe end up paying them to come out this year, but we have it budgeted in to have them come annually as
Yeah,
needed.
because I can remember one time we went quite a while without having it done, and we had plants growing up there. So,
Yeah, a lot of
we just don't want that.
yes, agreed.
Yeah, okay.
I think one of the good things, we don't have a lot of trees that are higher than
The
the
gutters.
building. So it's something that we, certainly need to be tuned into. And I think if we have it checked annually, that's probably, a good thing to do, but, it's fortunate for the location of the trees. The trees are mostly down along the pond, which is well away from the building.
Oops.
Okay. that's the building review. Under other business, I have something, just something I'd like to throw out to see if anybody agrees with it or not. In looking at the, this month's agenda, we had the discussion about other business last time. And on this month's agenda, number 10 is listed as future agenda items. I'd sort of still like to see other business there, possibly like other business future agenda items or other business slash future agenda items, just to give it a little more definition. Because it's still, there might be other business that's not a future agenda item. We
Right.
talked about, you know, issues that came up between when the agenda was produced and not. So, this isn't, I don't think this is a bylaw vote or anything. I think it's just a way of wording it on the agenda itself.
Yeah,
So any feedback
that
on
works.
that? People consensus
I think
to
that
do that?
works. It makes it more,
Okay, so I see Robin sort of like
Yeah.
it. So Willow sort of likes it. I sort of like it. Mary?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, fine, okay. So other business slash or other business hyphen, whichever one you like.
whatever looks best.
Okay, our next meeting is scheduled for March 17th at 4 o'clock. And I didn't ask if there was any other business.
You didn't look to your left.
There we go, Mary.
Couple things, in the process of doing my review, for the meeting today. I noticed that if you're looking at the bottom of the agenda
So that happens.
and at the bottom of the first page. At the beginning of this fiscal year, we changed our trustee liaisons.
Mhm.
And it's been changed on the
Mine is-
on the minutes,
Oh, yeah.
but we've never had it changed on the agenda here, so we're still showing Joanna on here as policy and so forth and so on,
So
so.
that should be Robin.
Mhm.
So in the bottom of
Actually,
the,
I'm not, am I policy? Yes, I am.
so in the bottom of the agenda and on the the first page is the same information, but.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
so-
and actually Friends of the Library is now Robin.
Is-
rather
I'm-
than-
Yeah, right, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Both of them they need to be fixed.
And I think policy is Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes. I will fix the.
okay, that's
I
one
have
thing.
that on my minutes.
What?
I have it correct on my minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you may change it on the
Oh,
minutes.
oh, But
Yeah.
not on the.
Yeah, yours
Yeah.
is correct, Willow,
Okay.
but it was never changed on the
Gotcha.
agenda document.
Yeah, it's the cover sheet with the town information
Yeah.
and the agenda sheet in the
Mhm.
packet.
Mhm.
And, okay,
Okay, I have another thing. As a result of the various discussions that we had back when with the Terrapin sculpture and some more recent discussions with the purposed book process. A long time ago, when I first became a trustee, I attended a number of other trustee meetings at other towns to see what they were doing with their agendas. And in the process of doing that, it was actually at the trustee meeting at the Snow Library that they were having the president of the Friends attend their meeting. And up to that point, we had never done that here. And I brought it to the attention of the trustees, and we started to have the president of the Friends be a part of our meetings on a regular basis. Prior to that, we had never done it. I'd like to propose that perhaps as well as that we have also on the basic agenda, the art committee. Somebody from the art committee that will discuss the issues associated with the art committee. Like we have the Friends of the Library, we could have the chair of the art committee or the president of the art, I'm not sure what the person is called for that committee. But we've had a number of situations where we've ended up having some issues that were difficult to resolve easily, I should say, with different opinions on different things. And I just think that it might be a good idea to have somebody from the art committee attend our meetings, just like Deb attends our meetings to represent the Friends. And I think that might help when we have some of these discussions on art issues associated with the library.
Okay, why don't we put that down as a
And
carryover
so,
for
yeah.
next month's
So
agenda?
I'd like to
and I
put
make-
that down as something for
Yeah.
next month's
So
agenda.
we'll just put that down. We'll have the discussion then.
And the other thing that will probably be on the agenda, I want to make sure it's on the agenda, is the fifth grade books,
Mhm.
Okay.
graduation
I
books.
think I have that on my,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'm
your-
not sure, but
Your ticky list, yeah.
so I'll
yeah,
make sure
yeah.
that it's there.
And Melanie's been in touch with me and I've been in touch with the two folks in the children's area. And I'm gonna be working with them. And I spoke to Willow the other day.
I emailed Simon's mother.
Okay. Last year, the book that we ended up using was actually a book that had been something that Willow's grandson had recommended.
Oh,
And so I thought that I was talking to Willow the other day about asking him if he had another
Our consultant,
recommendation.
he's gonna send us a bill this year.
He originally said he'd like to recommend The Wild Robot.
The Wild
The
Robot.
Wild Robot. It's about a robot that gets marooned on an island and it's still alive.
Mhm.
But he's thinking about it.
Yeah,
but I
okay,
haven't
okay,
gotten
yeah, yeah, okay.
Could be The Wild Robot.
And I did get a list of books from Leah and Megan, and maybe I could put that in the the packet,
of course.
so people could see what their thoughts are.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I'll be working with them to figure out what to get, which we'll be discussing down the road, so that should be on the agenda.
Okay, yeah, and that's the fifth grade.
Fifth grade
books is
graduation
on for
books,
March.
yeah, yeah,
That's there.
yeah, those,
So that will be
Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
Can I ask something? Before when we were talking about the giveaway participation prizes to
I
those,
can't hear you.
the people, the kids participating in summer reading.
Yeah.
It came up under goals. Do we have to put that on an agenda and vote on spending that money?
yes, when we,
But we're gonna,
whenever we spend money.
Yeah, whenever,
I know, but when does that have to go on an agenda?
Well, it's a little bit from, from Leah as well, how she
Yeah.
wants to handle that if.
Okay,
yeah,
Yeah,
usually I
how
think
can I
what's happened in the past is
Yeah.
Melanie has come in and said, this is, what
How
the
much?
children's.
okay.
I will touch base with her so that if she wants to do it for this summer, then we can vote on it next month and then she can do
Right.
what yes.
I was just thinking if we're already voting on the graduation books, then that
Mhm.
probably
the
should be in
time.
line as
Yes,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, so Melanie will fill us in on that when she's set on what she's doing with that. And then there'll be a budget for that for the summer. And just looking down here to see if they want it. Yeah. I think we're good then. Okay, is there any other business? May I have a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Robin?
And I'll second.
Yeah.
So much easier when Sarah's here.
Yes.
I know, that's what I said to her today. I said, who's gonna second my
Sure.
amendments? My motion.
4:58. Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Okay.